Hi, my name is Molly Wolf. I'm the education librarian at the Wolf Graham Memorial Library, and what I want to do today is just give you a quick review of the ERIC database, the Uber resource for education, and talk about some of the ways that you can limit your search and some of the tips that I find to be, tricks that I find to be really useful in getting to the information that I'm interested in. So we're going to get to ERIC by, excuse me, starting at the the university homepage. We're going to scroll down to the bottom and click on Wolf Graham Memorial Library on the left-hand side. That's going to take us to the library homepage. So I'm going to click on databases listed by title, and then I'm going to go to click on the letter E to go to the E section of the list, and at the very bottom here you'll see ERIC and in parentheses education. So if I click on that, it's going to take us to the ERIC database. Now if you're doing this from off campus, you will be required to put in your name and your barcode number from the back of your Widener ID card in order to get in. So once we're into the database, you'll see we have our boxes at the top where we can put in our keywords, our author's name, the title of the journal, the title of the article, our descriptors, which are subject headings, whatever it is that we're looking for here. And then we have some boxes at the bottom here where we can limit our search. So I like to start off just doing, excuse me, a basic keyword search without any kind of limits because I want to see what's out there first. So I'm interested particularly in female faculty in higher education and sort of their experience. So let's try higher education and let's put in women. Okay, so I'm just going to put in higher education and women and see what we get. Okay, it's a very broad search. It yields 16,523 articles. So there's definitely room for me to limit and work my way down to the results that I'm interested in. Okay. So one of the first things that I can do is I can start playing around with my keywords. See if that makes a difference. So maybe for women, I could try female faculty because I'm interested specifically in women faculty, not women students or administrators. So that took me down to 323. So that's certainly a big difference, a big cut from 16,000. What if I try women faculty? Ooh, that's better. Not 16,000, but also not 400. So I've got 1,700 articles here about women faculty in higher education. So that's really good. That I think works a lot better. One of the other things that I can do is instead of doing a keyword search, I can look for my words just in the title field. Okay, so just here. When you do a keyword search, which is what we're currently doing, you are actually looking for your word or phrase in one of four places. You're looking in the title field, in the author field, in the abstract field, which we don't see on this screen, and also in the subjects. Okay, so if your word shows up in any of those places, it's going to get added to the list. If you're working with a really big results list, 40,000, 17,000, even 6,000, and still a lot of articles, you can change select a field, which is the keyword option, to title. And so you will only look for your word or phrase in the title, which is this field right here. And that makes a dramatic difference in your results list. Okay, so that cut me down from 1,700 to 8, which for my particular results, 8 is not enough. I am going to want to go back and make that select a field again and get back to that 17,000 or 1,700, I'm sorry. Okay, but that is an option for limiting your search, and if you're working with really big numbers, that one can be really, really useful. So some of the other things that I can do to limit my search, there are some limits over here. I can click on peer reviewed. So I see that just the articles that come from peer reviewed journals. Okay. I can also limit by date range. So I'm not really interested in everything that's ever been written, but I want to see what's happening in the last 10 years. So I can move the slider up to 2004. And so now my date range changes from 2004 to 2014, not 1970 or 1966 to the present. Okay, so that brought me down to 329, which is a good good results list to work with. Okay, so let's take a look at what I'm actually getting here. So this is the basic results screen, and what we get here is the most basic information about each of these items. So we have our title, Monkeys in a Cage, the complicated loyalties of mid-level academic women working in higher education. We get some author information. There could be one, there could be many. We get the publication that our article came out of, in this case, Forum on Public Policy Online. We get our volume and issue number, we get our date, and then we get an accession number. Okay. In ERIC, there are two different types of items, and those are reflected in two different types of accession numbers. So for anything that is a journal article that comes out of a journal, you're going to have an EJ and a 6-digit number. Okay, and most of these, and they should be all of them since we limited to peer-reviewed, the peer-review limit only applies to journal articles. We're going to see that the accession number for each of these is an EJ. If I remove the peer-reviewed limit, or if I'm just searching to see what's out there regardless of where it came from, you will also notice that there are things that have EDs as accession numbers, okay, that start with an ED. Those are ERIC documents. The difference between the EJs and the EDs is usually, there are always exceptions, but usually the EJs are the things that have come out of journals, okay, and the EDs excuse me, have not. The EDs could be dissertations, they could be full-length books, they could be government documents, they could be research reports, but what they have not been is published in the journal literature. And that's pretty much the only distinction you can make. You can't say that one is better than the other or more scholarly than the other. The one thing that you should note is that the EDs are usually not peer-reviewed, or I should say the peer review limit in ERIC does not apply to the EDs. So when you check off peer-reviewed, you will throw out all of those results from your search, which can be good and bad, and there is some debate about whether you should do that or not. Let me just say that if your professor is telling you to use peer-reviewed journal articles, use peer-reviewed journal articles, and don't worry so much about the ERIC documents. So let's look at what we have here. Title, basic bibliographic information. Underneath that, we get our subject headings. Okay, so subject headings can work for you. These are all of the topics that are addressed or discussed or covered in some way by this particular article. And one of the ways that the subject headings can help you is that they can help you think of other ways to express your concept and thus other ways to search on your concept. So I put in higher education and women faculty. We tried that female faculty. It didn't really work quite so well. But what I can do is I can look and see college faculty, women faculty. Okay, women faculty looks like it is a subject heading. So that's good. Female, gender bias, college faculty. You know, just looking through some of these, I don't really see anything that's earth-shattering. But when you're stuck, if you've tried a couple of different keywords and they're not really getting you to what you're interested in, then take a look at the subject headings. You can copy and paste them right up into your search box and search on them and see if maybe you can find other information that is related to your topic that maybe your keywords weren't generating. Okay, so in addition to all the basic bibliographic information in the subject headings, we get some links. So there's a full text link here right under the bibliographic information. There's a full text link down here under the subject headings. And either way, when you click on those links that have full text in them, you're going to get the full text of your article. End of story. Okay. You'll notice that something like number 6 here does not have a full text link in it. Okay. So what that tells you is that this article is not full text from the ERIC database. Okay. What you need to do if you want an article that you don't see a full text link for is to click on Check Link Source for more information. Link Source is going to open another browser window. It's going to search all the rest of our electronic content, everything outside of ERIC, to see if maybe we have it full text in one of those resources. In this case, since it doesn't say find the full text of this article from here, then I know that we don't have it in any of our other resources. It does give you a couple of other options. Display library holdings, request this item through interlibrary loan. So if we can't get it full text in ERIC and Link Source can't find it full text in any of our other resources, Display library holdings is the next step in the process. Maybe we don't have it online. Maybe we get this item in print. Now this gives me an error. The address you're trying to access is invalid. Okay, so I can close that, and I can close this and go back to my record in ERIC, and there's a link to the catalog here as well. Search the Widener University catalog. So let's see. That opened up another browser window in the library catalog. It searched for the ISSN for that publication, and in this case it told me no matches found. Okay, so we don't have it online in ERIC, we don't have it online in any of our other resources, and apparently we don't have this in print either. Okay, which means we don't have access to this title, period, through our resources. But what we can do if we really want this is click on Iliad Wolfgram. Okay, Iliad is the name of our interlibrary loan system. You can, if you have already registered, log into your Iliad account. If you haven't already registered for interlibrary loan, you can follow the links for first-time users and set up your own account. Okay, once you've done that, you log on to Iliad. It transfers all of the information from the database into the interlibrary loan form, which is really nice, saves you some typing. Scroll down to the bottom, click on Submit Request. Basically, you're asking us to find it in another library and bring it here for you. So give us a couple of days, 3 days maybe, 4 days, and you'll get an email that says your item has been delivered electronically. You'll log back into Iliad. You'll click on Electronically Received Articles. And then your article will be here. There'll be a link. You click on it, PDF pops up, print it out, download it, do whatever you want with it. So getting things is really very easy. You look for the full text link. If that doesn't work, you check link source for more information. If that doesn't work, you check the catalog. If the catalog doesn't have it, you interlibrary loan it. Okay? We can get you anything from anywhere. It is free of charge. Okay, so let's take a look at what we get when we click on the title of one of these articles. That takes us to the full record for the article, where we get the same information repeated again: title, author, source that the journal comes out of. Source that the article comes out of. Is it peer reviewed? We get our descriptors, okay, which are the same thing as subject headings, and then we get an abstract. So we can make a decision about whether or not this article looks good for what we're interested in. Okay, so let's, so this is good, but I want to try something else. So let's click on Advanced Search here under the search boxes, and that'll take us back to our Advanced Search screen. I want to keep my keywords the same because I really like those. And I want to click on Peer Reviewed because I'm interested in just peer-reviewed journal articles. Okay, but the limit I want to play with right now is the publication type limit, which is right here. Because I'm not interested in just any peer-reviewed journal article. I'm interested specifically in research articles with a methodology and a conclusion and recommendations and actual data. Okay, not an opinion piece, not a letter to the editor, not even a meta-analysis. I want the actual original research here. So if you scroll through the publication type limit, there is a section on reports, and you want to highlight reports research. Okay. If I click on search now, I get 334 articles with my keywords, limited to peer reviewed, limited to publication type, reports research. And if I change my date again to 2004 to 2014, I get 138 articles that are the type of article I'm interested in, from the years that I'm interested in, on the topic that I'm interested in. And all I really have to do now is go through and pick out the ones that look the best and figure out how do I get them. But just looking from this list here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 out of the first 5 are full text. So I feel like I'm in pretty good shape with this search in this particular way. So that is your very quick and very dirty introduction to the ERIC database. If you have any questions, you can find me on the library's website. I have accompanied this video with a sheet that has my contact information. So if you get stuck, please reach out. I'm here to help you, and I hope that you found this useful. Thanks a lot.